Hola y bienvenidos a la Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Barnesi, presidente de la mejor cerveza y 818 es el mejor tequila. Abate por No Filter Network. Miguelito Santiaguito, a.k.a. Bobby Ball.
Yes. You know, every day I tell myself I'm not going to do it because I get so, like, my hands go tingly, my toes go tingly. That's how far I push it. And as we know, our breath isn't under us yet in the morning. But here we are. I'm your co-host, Miguelito Diaguito, a.k.a. Kowalski, a.k.a. Bobby Ballhall. You see the pile of pearls. Forget about it, Donnie. They fell off the truck. All right? Broadcasting from the flatlands of Arizona where time does play tricks on you, Bernsey. You know that. One day you're dreaming. The next day your dreams become your reality. All right? Mistakes were certainly made. You know that. Come on, Beaver. But don't worry. It's not all doom and gloom, Beav. Strange and wonderful things and events continue to occur to the both of us with delightful frequency, and we're here to share them with you. It is the best of times. Let's help you make the most of it. Enrique, back over to you.
So we arrived in North Carolina at about 11 p.m. last night. We got the Let Them Play squad going. Biscuit and Jagger are outside right now playing catch. Dude, they were in the airport, and I'm going to put this up on IG, but they were in the airport actually throwing fucking ground balls to each other, dude. Like just rolling them back and forth. And the greatest part about it was that Brady Kowalski and Jagger were both taking the ground balls with their footwork. That was just like so pristine. And then we came back here and we're starting, dude. So Jamie and I, we sat in first class and Biscuit and Jagger were in the back. But right. Being the responsible, generous, courteous father figures that we are, we sent our food back to these guys. So we get here and, dude, we're hungry as shit, right? So I look it up and we find this spot. It was, what was it called? A Cook something? Cook Barbecue. What was it? Cook Barbecue. It wasn't Cook Barbecue, dude.
Was it a Cook House? Because
no, hold on. It's on Hush Puppies.
Because Brother Jamie knows some cook houses too, dude.
Bro, here's the Hush Puppies. It's called the Cookout.
Huh.
Dude, this place is unbelievable. And they actually say, God bless the USA in the back. And it's
amen, brother. Rock, flag, and eagle. Amen to that.
Psalm 19:14. What does Psalm 19:14 say?
Psalm 19:14, thou shalt never succumb to hunger before prayer, I believe is Psalm 19:14.
Come on, dude.
And that's fantastic that they put that there as a reminder to give thanks before you masticate on your food, right?
So yeah, anyhow, so Jamie and I went and we drove through this place. It was a 30-minute line at 1:30 in the morning. Not kidding you.
Come on.
We got 4 double cheeseburgers, some Hush Puppies, and I had a peanut butter and banana shake where I could actually, and through the straw, because it's got to be if the banana chunks are too big, it sucks. But the banana chunks were just perfectly sized that they would make their way up through the straw. And it was one of the better meals I've had in a long time. So we come home. And now it's like 2 in the morning when we get here, right?
Mm.
And Biscuit and Jagger are on the fucking couch, still playing catch. Just like this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we're like, what have you guys been doing? They're like, this? No, like, dude, we've been gone for over an hour. Like, what have you guys been doing? Like, this. This is the only thing we've been doing. So...
Yeah, like that makes a lot of sense to me. My brother Matt and I know Biscuit, you know, he's got Chloe and Callie and then, you know, Tara. And so he never had the brother. But my brother and I, the young Sasquatch warrior princess, a.k.a. Mateo, the great Muck, the move up captain in training right now for the Chandler Fire Department, firefighter and a medic. They sure do watch a lot of ESPN and work out a lot though. But when the bell rings, they're out there. They're out there. So I'm not taking that away from them. But bro, we always used to say, man, we would have been good POWs because we would just roll a tennis ball back and forth at a family event for 2 hours when we were kids, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, dude, soft hands, free and easy. They're doing it out there, doing it for fun.
You gotta have that obsessed gene. And it's funny because at times, I mean, I obviously know I had it. But, you know, when I watch my kids, all of them, at times I think maybe they got it. Maybe they don't. And then last night I see something like that. I think there's, and don't let this, you know, go over here because I think this is really important in life. This is why we surround ourselves with the right people. Because oftentimes it's being around those people that feed the obsession and fuel the journey. And say, for example, like Biscuit, dude, he's motivated from Jagger. He's motivated from Ty. He's motivated from these guys that, hey, man, dude, you want to play? Let's play. Right. But a lot of times it takes that to go ahead and get it pulled out of you. So anyhow, man, it was inspiring to see. We got to bed at about 3 a.m. I was up by 5, 2 and 2, ready to go.
Right there with
second pot of coffee here. Clean, 5-mile run this morning. Been working on some videos. A lot of shit going on. And dude, that's a worn out mug, man. Holy fuck. Look at that thing.
Ironman 2007.
That's impressive. So a lot going on around Major League Baseball yesterday. Ellie De La Cruz propels the Reds in 10th straight win. Have you seen this guy?
Of course. Yeah, this guy, all he does is buttery backspin biscuit barrel pop right through the eye of the barrel, tension free all day long.
So, dude, yesterday again, he beat out an infield hit. He's been hitting routine fucking ground balls and beating them out. I'm talking like relatively hard hit. He hit one to first base the other day, safe. Another one to first base, safe. One to third base, safe. Dude, I've never seen anything like this. And I don't know if I'm just misremembering or there's just not somebody coming to my mind right now that I could think of that has gotten down to first base. Like an Ichiro would be the only one. And Ichiro was literally like running out of the box when he would hit. But the thing about this guy, Kowalski, is he's fucking 6'5".
Yeah.
He's literally built like a Greek god. He throws the ball 100 and something miles per hour across the infield. He's a fucking shortstop. Like, think about that. He can hit a ball 500 feet, and he's the fastest guy in baseball. We've never seen anybody like this before. And we've seen combos of this a little bit, right? Again, if we want to talk about Ichiro's speed, obviously Ricky was the greatest base stealer of all time, but I just never remember Ricky getting down the line like this. I don't remember anybody getting down the line like this, other than maybe Ichiro, and that's it. Absolutely it.
Yeah, he's been extraordinary, dude, and he's really propelled Cincinnati out there in the NL Central. Of course, my Cubs. We're not going to talk about the NL Central and let you berate on the Cincinnati Reds. And our dear friend of the program, by the way, Joey Votto. I know he keeps saying he wants to come on and start his own show. The Votto's Vatos, I guess is what he's going to call that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got a truck going by outside.
So it's going to be the Vatos will be the name of his show, and he's just going to come on and have his buddies on. But Votto, dear friend of the program. But the NL Central, the Cubs really on a tear out there. Your dear friend, who you really big leagued me at Will Clark's jersey ceremony, when you were on field talking to Rossi, I see Burnsy down there talking to Rossi. I go, watch this kid. I bump Elijah. I call Burns 4 times. Screen, screen. I'm watching him screen me and just like not even looking. Yeah, right. Damn, dude. Well, we'll see on the other side, Grandpa Rossi. But yeah, the Cubs on a real tear in the NL Central. Watch out, second half team.
Cubs won 2 in a row. They're 8-2 in their past 10. Marcus Stroman's pitching like a fucking Cy Young Award winner.
Throwing hush puppies, brother. Yeah. Stroman's got a pocket full of those. He's chucking them out there.
So the other team that's absolutely on fire, the San Francisco Giants. They've won 9 in a row. They're now just 2.5 games behind the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've leapfrogged the Dodgers. The Giants are for real. Jock Peterson, a walk last night. They beat San Diego. San Diego's they're hanging tight there. They're 35-38. So, I mean, good races all around. I think the number one story right now, it's the Reds. Like, dude, they declared themselves America's team. Think about that. This team hasn't been to the playoffs but one time in the past 10 seasons. They haven't won a World Series since 1990. Yet they're out there declaring themselves America's team. The confidence that this group of guys plays with, the blend of the Joey Vottos of the world, along with the Matt McClains, a rookie from UCLA, who is going to be very much in the Rookie of the Year conversations. Obviously, Ellie De La Cruz, the most talented player in baseball, maybe the most talented player I've ever seen play this game. And they just have this eclectic mixed cast of character. Kevin Newman was a guy, Kowalski, that you and I had a chance to watch at University of Arizona. He was right in that Bobby Dahlbach area in time when he was down in Tucson. So, and he was a castaway, basically, from the Pirates. But you just get all of these different guys and you put them together. I swear to you, this is my fucking favorite team in baseball. I root for these guys every day. I did another no filter video. I sent it over to Henry this morning. And then, of course, he sent it right back to me. He's like, that's it? I'm like, what do you mean that's it? He goes, that's it? Like, I don't know. Is there anything else? I sent him 3 videos of De La Cruz beating out the infield singles. And then on top of that, then I sent like, a scripted sort of thing, like explaining like what's going on, and Ellie De La Cruz and yeah. And I fumbled over a word, like just barely, to the point where I didn't give a fuck. I just sent it away. And I sent it to him. And he gets back, he's like, yo, man, I think you might have mumbled a word there. I go, you're right. I'll do it over. He's right. And he also did not love my fuck balls.
Okay. Well,
is that a signature term or,
Yeah, dude, there's not too many guys out there that are using the term fuck balls. Okay. It's a hot term. The algorithms are catching it. Dude, it's a VAC. It's VAC. It's Victor Viral, Alan Algorithm, and Carl Clicks. And it taps all 3 of them when you say fuck balls. Now, what about the logo too, Bernsey? What about the logo? Sick.
Yeah.
Isn't that sick? I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's a great city. Jeff Ruby Steakhouse.
Oh, man. Never had the opportunity. Got close once, but went in and canceled the reservation in the whites of their eyes like a fucking gentleman. Am I right?
They loved us, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They were really disappointed to know that the party of 2, known as Kowalski and Bernsey, were not going to be dining with multiple aperitifs and, of course, multiple digestifs after consuming salted meats and various sides of fully loaded potatoes and asparagus.
So, Joe Adell last night, I call him a prospect. Can't call him prospect anymore. I mean, I guess suspect at this point, but a talented guy nonetheless. Hit a 514 fucking foot homer in Salt Lake City. 514. Left the bat at 113 miles per hour. So,
you know what, though? Let me just say, like, cool, man. Everyone's hitting nukes now, dude. Kids in high school are hitting 485-foot bombs. You know what impresses me? The 6'5" guy, freaking gangbusters out of the box, beating out infield singles. Like that's
the shit we want to talk about, right?
That's the story. You know what I mean? Another kid hit a 500. You hear about this kid? He's from Scottsdale. He's hitting 500-foot homers. I don't care, man. What about that kid who's hitting 500-foot bombs and he rolls one over and he legs it out, dude, when he shouldn't have beat it? Like that's what we're looking for, dude. Those diamonds in the rough. Those stories of selflessness, the we over me mentality, the stories of being excellent, giving 100% of what you got to win the pitch mentally and physically, right? The stories of belief in yourself, in your team, and knowing that you can get better and knowing that we can get better. All right? Fuck your nukes. Beat out a ground ball in the infield.
So there's two other hot stories from MLB I want to go over before we get in the Daily Hustle and move on with our day. Luis Ariz. How much do you know about him? The kid from the Miami Marlins. Like, dude, this is insane. Like, we did a video.
I know he has the highest on-base percentage in the MLB because I follow that.
Okay. So, Luis Ariz is an anomaly. Yeah, he was hitting 538 after, I don't know, like 50 at-bats. And I did a video on him because he was a batting champion from last year. He was with the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins traded him. Like, that's how much they thought of their fucking batting champion, right? He ends up with Miami, and he's been absolutely killing it. So the dude was sitting around 400. He ended up going like 0 for 15. Since then, he's had like 2 5-hit games, took his average all the way up to 400, went 1 for 4 last night, dropped down to 398. But the guy's an anomaly. He doesn't strike out. He actually doesn't walk very much either. But it's incredible. His barrel to ball skills, probably some of the best I've ever seen. I mean, I can't even think. I mean, again, we bring up Ichiro. But other than Ichiro, you got to go back to like the Tony Gwynns and the Wade Boggs and, Don Mattingly to a sense, where those are the kids that I grew up watching that look like Ariz, that look like they have the ability to do this. It's just nobody's hit like this anymore because everyone's so fucking obsessed with launch angle and hitting homers, and then obviously that turns into the strikeouts and everything else. But it's the Luis Arizes of the world, I think, ultimately, that are going to save this game.
You know why? You know what the word is too, that this kid grew up, and I'm hammering this home again, and the fact that there is no LTP Cali, whether it's NorCal, the SoCal squads, whether in the Valley. You're telling me that LTP Arizona, with the championship that we brought home, the league championship playing up, we're the only ones, and I guarantee Era has played this, playing Batia. We're the only ones out here playing Batia stickball, guys. We're the only ones. So that's what the word is that he grew up playing Batia. Okay, you put these two together, forget about it, guys. You hit a Batia, you hit anything.
So the other big story was yesterday it was in Chicago, where there was a play at home plate. It's one of the worst fucking calls I've ever seen. So there was a base hit to left field. And I'll let you try to take it all in. You see it? I mean, he's obviously out. Like it's not even close. But they're going to go and take a look again. He thought he might have gotten in there. But you look at it in multiple angles, it's obviously no. And the throw, for example, took the catcher into the lane, and I get that, but I mean, you got to be able to catch the ball.
I can't, dude. This call makes my fucking blood boil, dude. You know what, man? If you're on the tracks, you should get ran over. Look at these guys hooting and hollering. Dude, look at Boach. Yeah, dude, Boach right now. All he's thinking is, What happened to this goddamn world?
How about when we saw Bochit? What was the smoothie spot?
Not only, but at the Will Clark's jersey ceremony, when I pulled up on,
that's where we hung out. We hung out with them there. But
Yep.
at the smoothie spot, like I ended up talking for like a half hour. That was his last year as the Giants manager.
Yeah, he used to come into Triple Sports all the time.
What's the name of that spot? Scottsdale Road.
The smoothie spot?
Yeah, they get breakfast there.
Oh, Delight,
No,
the place with the vegan buzzes. Oh,
No.
so Breakfast Club.
nope.
Ooh, I don't know, man. There's a lot of breakfast spots out here.
No, it's a major one right there. It's got a cool name too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but how about the fact that they're going to call him out for call him safe for that? I mean,
Yeah,
it's just,
dude.
and they basically cited that it was a home plate collision rule violation.
Yeah, I
And
can.
Jonah Heim is the Texas catcher. I'm going to do a whole video on this. As a matter of fact, Henry, you know what? Fuck your not wanting to accept my video. We're going to have to shelve that because I'm going back, and this is more important.
Yeah, Henry, we smoked pot when it was fucking illegal, pal. And our baseball little league coaches coached us with a fucking original Coors Light banquet beer and a heater in their mouth.
And why is Leslie saying, hello, should we cancel the Daily Hustle show today?
Yeah, and piss off hundreds of thousands of people. Let's get to the Daily Hustle, Birdsy. We got 2 minutes.
What the fuck?
I got it pulled up here. You ready to go?
Yeah. You got hold on, let me this is comical.
I'm gonna start reading.
Les, we gotta start paying attention. Right? We got people here. Let's see here.
We'll do the behind the line thing after the program. We'll get to the Daily Hustle here, folks. It is June the 21st, 2023, and it was 120 years ago in 1903 when Henry Ford and 12 investors incorporated Ford Motor Company. Ford grew up on a farm outside of Detroit, but was always enamored with machines. He worked repairing and constructing engines before taking a job with Edison Electric to further expand his skill set on the farm. Ford figured out how to attach wheels to move a farming machine, which then helped him pioneer his way into constructing automobiles. In 1901, Ford entered a highly publicized car race against Alexander Winton, and his victory helped put Ford on the American public's map. Ironically, Ford did not love racing, mainly because he felt it wasn't a true indication of the quality of the car. Instead of speed, Ford was much more enamored with fuel efficiency, longevity, and affordability of the vehicle. This prompted Ford to create the assembly line technique, which allowed for mass production in 1908. The very affordable Model T was released into the world. Then, between 1908 and 1927, Ford sold 15 million Tin Lizzies.
The Tin Lizzie, dude.
Through full immersion into the step-by-step process of figuring out how to move a machine on wheels and then countless trials and errors, the Model A being the first one, Henry Ford created an automobile that forever changed mass transportation. But even more interesting, Ford's assembly line structure revolutionized the mass production game. The question in all of this is, why was Henry Ford so steadfast in his commitment to produce something that nobody had any idea they ever needed or wanted? If I asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. And that's a quote by Mr. Ford. Daily Hustle translation: most of the time, people have no fucking clue what they want because they have no clue what even exists or what's possible. Yet, if we efficiently build a quality product that adds value to people's lives, that just so happens to be easily accessible, affordable, and scalable, people will come. People will most definitely come. Postscript, the Daily Hustle live video podcast is back at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with yours truly and Kowalski. Click pick to join live or watch recording below in the link in the email that you all get in your inbox. Then join Bernsey himself and Will the fucking Thrill Clark tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern for the most raw and real baseball analysis imaginable on Deuces Fucking Wild. Click the blue link to reserve your free spot in the stream, and let's fucking go. You got to get on to get off.
That's it, man. Solid read. So, yeah, dude, the Henry Ford thing is interesting because I think it's really relevant to where we are with No Filter right now, where you're creating a product that really there's not anything like it out there, and you stay committed to it, and eventually you focus on the process and the build out and everything else. And what's been cool is to see that translate to numbers through social and everything else, where you're like, man, like this is the raw, real sort of analysis that people have thirsted for. And it's a process beyond a process. I think it just in life, in anything that we do and everything that we do. And it's not always this straight, rocket ship to the moon. But at the same time, if you're able to stay committed to the process of building something out, stay committed to the process of creating content and everything else, I think ultimately if we're producing something that's worth a shit and adding value to people's lives, then once again, people will come. We're creating something from a technological standpoint that is going to allow people to communicate and interact and everything else. Like here on the Daily Hustle, is we pull up the chat, Kowalski, and that's everything. JD was on here, Gene's on here, like that's to be able to go back and forth and have that and everything else. It's just fucking huge.
Hey man, I love you. You said it. You said it all. You said it all. You said it all. Beautiful job yesterday. What an email. Some of those that really stick out to me. You really fucking brought us back. Pow! You fucking brought it, dude. So good job. And yeah, listen, all I got to say is if you complain, you remain. But if we praise, we raise.
Have you ever read The Giver?
No, but I'm going to. And see ya!
I hit see ya, but my screen is frozen. How is this even possible? As I tried to pull up this, pull up that, I guess eventually I just shut the app. But The Giver, who does not want to read this thing? Look at that guy. A lot of life experience and years on that. We'll finish with as a man thinketh, James Allen quote. Good thoughts and actions can never produce bad results. Bad thoughts and actions can never produce good results. This is but saying that nothing can come from corn but corn. Nothing can come from nettles but nettles. Men understand this law in the natural world and work with it, but few understand it in the mental and moral world, though its operation there is just as simple and undeviating, and they therefore do not cooperate with it. Suffering is always the effect of wrong thought in some direction. It is an indication that the individual is out of harmony with himself, with the law of his being. The sole and supreme use of suffering is to purify, to burn out all that is useless and impure. Suffering ceases for him who is pure. There could be no object in burning gold after the dross has been removed. And perfectly pure and enlightened being could not suffer. The circumstances which a man encounters with suffering are the result of his own mental inharmony. The circumstances which a man encounters with blessedness are the result of his own mental harmony. Blendedness, not material possessions. Blessedness, not material possessions, is a measure of right thought. Wretchedness, not lack of material possessions, is a measure of wrong thought. A man may be cursed and rich. he may be blessed and poor. Blessedness and riches are only joined together when the riches are rightly and wisely used. And the poor man only descends into wretchedness when he regards his lot as a burden unjustly imposed. James Allen, ladies and gentlemen. All right, of all the shows, that was one of them. We'll be back, I think, next week. We got games tomorrow, games Friday. So we will be streaming those live on No Filter Network if you want to check them out. Then Deuces Wild tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So we are back here in North Carolina, but that'll be 6 p.m. Pacific. All right. Everyone have a great day. See